Time and again this offseason, Rich Rodriguez has reminded us he's not here because of nostalgia. He's here to win. But as a new season approaches, we thought it might be fun to have a dive back into our archives and look back at his first stint at the helm. Golden Blue Nation producer and resident historian John Lowe takes us through 3 of Rodriguez's most iconic wins.
Here in the Hall of Traditions, there is so much history, so many artifacts that tell the story of West Virginia football, including over here on this table. You have every single one of these footballs that represents a transformative, a program building, a foundational win of West Virginia's, including 4 right here that happened while Rich Rodriguez was at the helm. The first of those wins came on a Wednesday night in Blacksburg, with the Mountaineers looking for its first win over Virginia Tech there in over a decade. And it had all the makings of a heavyweight fight. WVU took an early 14-7 lead, then the Hokies responded with some old school special teams beamer ball before halftime. But in the third, it was all Quincy Wilson.
Rasheed takes the snap, toss play right side, Quincy bursts through, he's to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Quincy Wilson from 42 yards away.
Now, the Hokies weren't going to quit on their own turf, though. Brian Randall found Keith Wilson wide open in the corner of the end zone to bring this game back to within a possession going into the fourth quarter. And after an intentional safety put VT within a field goal, the Mountaineers needed one final defensive stop to get the win.
And Randall takes the snap, dropping back to throw, looking for Wilford, looks to his left, still running back there, plenty of time, and now the clock down to 15. He throws in the end zone. It's intercepted by Brian King. Brian King intercepted the football with 12 seconds to go.
Now, here in the Hall of Traditions, I also mentioned artifacts. Everything here has a spot. Conference titles, bowl games, including the Black Diamond Trophy. That got here in 2002 because of that upset win in Blacksburg, and then an upset win the next season kept it here. Virginia Tech entered Morgantown that season ranked 3rd in the country, facing a WVU squad with a losing record and desperate to make a statement. Just like the year before, defense paved the way for the Mountaineers. A pair of Hokie turnovers on the first 2 possessions led to a quick 14-0 lead for WVU. West Virginia went into halftime with a 14-7 lead. Then Travis Garvin silenced VT towards the beginning of the third.
Snap comes back. Rasheed going to throw out of the end zone, and he lobs the ball downfield for Garvin. Makes the catch. He's at midfield. Travis Garvin running to the 40 of Tech. On the sideline, the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. End zone. Touchdown. Travis Garvin.
The stout West Virginia defense held the Virginia Tech rushing attack to a claustrophobic 65 yards throughout that game, and Hokie QB Brian Randall was picked off 3 times to contribute to that 28-7 monumental upset win. Now, it's not just trophies and history here in the Hall of Traditions. There's also rings, and plenty of them. But one of them wouldn't be here if not for a comeback for the ages in 2005 against Louisville. Hope was slim late in that game. The Cards held a 24-7 fourth quarter lead, and starting quarterback Adam Bednarik had just gone down with an injury. Enter Pat White and Steve Slayton. The two combined for a 17-0 Mountaineer rally in just 8 minutes to force overtime. After trading a pair of scores in the first 2 overtimes, Owen Schmidt stepped up to the plate for West Virginia, rumbling 20 yards to set up the Mountaineers' score and 2-point conversion. With Michael Bush answering with a touchdown for Louisville, it was up to West Virginia's defense to end it right then and there.
5 for 2, he has the snap, he drops, he looks, pressure collapses, he's running, and he will be stopped short. They've tackled him. The ball game is over. The West Virginia University Mountaineers have rallied to defeat the Louisville Cardinals in one of the greatest games in West Virginia football history.
The latest in 3 monumental wins under Rich Rodriguez that propelled the Mountaineers to its first BCS Bowl win in program history.
Last summer, John produced a retrospective on some of West Virginia's most heated rivalries. You can watch the Rivalry series anytime at goldenbluenation.com. We're almost out of time on this special edition of Mountaineer Game Day. Back to close out the show after this.